Premiere.
Nick fans, yo, we coming hard.
It's game day time, shine divine. We outside, about to slide up in the garden. Somebody getting posted to ride. It's Nick's real talk. You know, we in the city that's litty. We keeping the buck 50 like New York City gritty committing. It's a pregame show. You already know it hot like a Bunsen burner. We about to turn up the notch because we scorching hot. On the channel, we go hard like a enamel. For example, on the panel, we handle every tangible from Nick Stats to Julius Randle. We outside a Nick fan, talking shit fan because that Nick brand standing on bench tonight. They finished to right. I'm about to hit up Cerritos, my water and 4 nice slice. Get a smart board on ice and play the order with my smart device. The heads are smart and white. In the city, they name it twice. We get a poppin' in the apple rotten. Got the whole metropolitan on the apple watching. This real talk, we streaming on YouTube.com. We're true doing good moves. We spot on, dropping bombs. From the cockpit, we got a spot to sit, drop in the hot shit. The content that we have been is up in your head. And I said, you know, it's us instead up in the garden. It's about to get their bag. We'll go flag a cab and fly back to the triad, no jet lag.
Nick's real talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here. Nick's real talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.
You hear me? I can't hear you, Divine.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Nick's Real Talk pregame show. Divine, Shaw Powers. We in the building, man, about to get it popping, man. So I'm super everybody. Sorry for that technical difficulty. I didn't have my mic on. He didn't have his mic on and all that. But we here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we about to get into it. Shaw Powers was good, my man.
I'm good, Divine. Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the post game. It's a wrap, man. Divine, Shaw Powers. We're gonna get into this thing, man. Break down the tournament play. The Knicks and Milwaukee Bucks after Knicks taking the L in Milwaukee the other night. We're going to get into that and break all that down. We're going to talk about the first quarter of the season. 20 games is in the books now. We done played 20, and let's see where we at. Or let's see where this team is at from that standpoint from 1 to 20. Then we move on after that, man. And we got some other news and notes to talk about out there right now. It's hitting different. The vibes in the Knick universe is hitting different right now with, you know, with the loss and all this trade noise and national media starting to knock the Knicks. So we starting to fall back into that type of culture for at least this week anyway. So let's hope that we'll talk about that as well. But other than that, Shaw Powers, man, what a big butt what we took the other night in Milwaukee, man. Defense didn't come to play and couldn't hit the 3-ball, and that pretty much was it.
Yeah, in a nutshell, you know, our 3-shot wasn't going down. They shot like phenomenal 63% from their 3-point land. I mean, we wasn't defending that well. And that was the whole nutshell. We scored some baskets in the first half. We stayed with them pretty. We were pretty competitive with them in the first half and stuff like that. But we started missing shots in the second half, and that third quarter of doom. I mean, and we started missing shots, and we wasn't creating, and we definitely wasn't getting stops, and it started escalating from there.
Yeah, real talk, man. You pretty much hit the nail right on the head. That's pretty much the way the game went. We had, it was the only other positive I could say. Julius Randle was in his bag. I mean, he was doing
it. He was.
He did it the right way too. But Brunson was pretty off from the downtown area. Quickly didn't have it. Grimes didn't have it. We'll talk about all that later because that's some stuff we had to talk about as well, man. But you know what? Just was you got to give them credit, man. Them cats was knocking down shots they wasn't missing. I mean, Milwaukee was hitting everything. And we just couldn't handle the smoke right then and there, man. I think when I noticed the way from a 3-point shot percentage when Brunson came out, missed his first couple, I knew it wasn't going to look too good. Because normally our 3-point percentage is real high when his numbers is good. So obviously Grimes is not hitting right now. Randall looking pretty good. RJ, he getting back into a groove, but the 3-point shot, he hadn't really do nothing the other night. Shinzo hit a couple, but it is, right now that team just better than us, Shop House, and them and the Boston Celtics where we trying to get to, and the Phillies of the world. You know what I mean? So, and they showed us that when you come and play us, you got to be ready to play. So we got 2 future Hall of Famers on that team, starting maybe 3 with Middleton if he stay in the league long enough. And I think them cats are pretty loaded down there. So we went in there and played, man. But they were the better team the other night. They were stronger than us. Giannis was a handful. Dames had to start going, and I think so you take for what it is, 146 to 122, and we move on to the next time, man. But other than that, we just got to get ready for Boston tomorrow night. But I didn't like the loss myself, man. I don't think like Tibb said something in the excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, in the timeout. He's like, they not feeling us, and they wasn't. The Knicks wasn't making Milwaukee feel them. Milwaukee was making the Knicks feel them, though. And I think that was a big difference in that game. So let's see if they can get back on their winning ways tomorrow. And Boston will be a tough game, man. We got both of them cat fly time this year. So we had to see how it goes, Shop House. But it just was a tough defeat. I try, you try to stay in until you can't stay no more. Once that third quarter got there, I thought they had a chance to make a run. They got it down to 9. And then after that, it just went the other way. So it was pretty tough.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was easily, you could see what it was. It was they wasn't hitting their shots. They, the defense was lacking a little bit, and they was just giving up 3-point shots. They was raining 3 points on us, man. They shot that's a high percentage to shoot 3-point shots. One of the 63, I think it was 60-something% for the game. I was like, wow, that is amazing. They're starting to get in there. They're 20 games in also, and they're starting to get used to each other, and they're starting to play together and stuff like that. The things that we used to say about who's going to have the ball at the end of the game between Giannis and Dame, that is out the water now. I mean, Dame is not, throwing up 40 points a night, 20. His average is not 29 points a night and not like that, but he's still getting 22 shots, and he's hitting big shots. We just didn't, our guy and all our guys, all our secondary core guys wasn't hitting. DiVincenzo, IQ, in our starting unit, Quentin Grimes, so Mitch had a pretty decent game. Randall had an awesome game. And Brunson does what he do. He tries to bring us back in the games. He didn't have it that good that night. Like we talked in the background, Devon, when he missed those first 2 3-point shots, it's going to be a long night. And you noticed it on the court because he did one of those, like, dang, come on. Like, he trying to amp himself up to hit a shot. So, he wasn't having a good night. So, it happens. It was a big game. I was hoping that they could pull it off. We needed to beat them. I think they have beat us now 6, maybe 9, 6 to 8 games in a row. So at least 2 this year, 3 last year, and I don't even know what the year before. I think it was 2. We beat them one big time and sat Giannis down, and I don't think we beat them since then. That was maybe 2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, what for me, man, I don't never want to play at home or nothing. They just got their butt whooped that night.
Yeah, they did, man. They got punched right in the mouth.
And it's not, listen, let's not get it twisted. And I really hate it, but we can't jump off the Knicks wagon like the team sucked. The Knicks is not a bad team. And you know what? They just had a night where they didn't shoot the 3-ball well, and their defense wasn't there. Other than that, and then, like I said, when you got guys like Grimes who in a slump right now, and quickly right now, who I think in certain games, I need him to be a little bit more, show up a little more. And he needs big games. I haven't seen Quickly really get out there and
you can say it out loud, Divine, man. Quickly has not performed against some of the bigger teams. Right. That's what I've noticed, and I've even so far that I noticed that I'm starting to see it out there too. And in the bigger team games, he's not. I don't want to say he's not showing up, but he's been lacking at a couple of the last games that have been games that we needed him to play. Like Milwaukee game. We needed him to have 17 points. I mean, we needed him 17 points. We needed those guys.
Hey, you know what? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this too, Hot Powers. The Knicks scored 122 points, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't like they scored 90 points. The Cats scored 122 points. But the other team, because our defense didn't come to play, like Tim said, we wasn't making them feel us. They scored 146. Knicks scored 122 points against Milwaukee. So it doesn't matter if one of the nights when we played the defense that we should be playing every night, which we normally do play. That score could have been different. I think our defense didn't come to the table. We didn't hit shots. But make no mistake about it. The Knicks, I still think Knicks is top 4 in the East. You can't go off of one game and say the Knicks is going to be a corny team or they not good. Knicks is a good basketball team, ladies and gentlemen. Right. They don't beat the Clippers. They don't beat these teams before. They just had a bad night at the office on a national TV game. The Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis showed you why he was a 2-time MVP, and Damian Lillard showed you why he is one of the best players in the game. Period. That's all it is. That's all it is. They ain't say the Knicks can't beat them. It's just that night.
Facts.
That night, ladies and gentlemen, not the whole season. That night they gave us the business. But so what happened when we get somebody business that night? The same thing. It's that one game. You just wanted it so bad because it was on national TV. You know what I mean? Shot Power. The stage was big. The stars was out. It's a tournament. It's all that because it had everybody intrigued about it. But it's still one basketball game. That beat down to me don't tell me the Knicks is a bad team at all. As a matter of fact, it don't even tell me that. It just tells me that they got to come out and be ready, like we always say, play for 48 minutes and go hard. That's all that tells me. They didn't play hard the other night. That's all that is to me. And they played a good team who's top 5 scoring in the Eastern Conference. You know what I mean? With the Pacers being number 1, the Bucks is top 5 scoring in the East. So they're gonna put up numbers. They got Damian Lillard. They got Damian Lillard. They got Giannis. I mean, that's 2 superstars, bro. And like I always say, superstars win in this game. We don't have superstars. We got guys trying to get there, but them dudes were superstars. They came out to play, and they put it on us. That was it. That's all it is, man. It's all it is. So I just want everybody to jump off the wagon right now, but because we lost the game, like this team is bad. Knicks is not a bad basketball team. They just didn't have it that night. That's all. So we'll see how it goes, man. 146 to 122 Shot Power. Like I said, we scored 122 points.
I mean, we competed, man. The first 2 quarters was very intense, man. 70 some points from both teams. You know what I mean? By halftime, that's almost a end of a third quarter score right there in the NBA. You know what I mean? So in a half, so they really dialed it up. You know what I mean? The one thing that we didn't do well is go around their screens well. I mean, we didn't go through their screens like we usually do. I mean, we didn't have our hands up. On defense, hand down, man down. Salute Mark Jackson for that quote. And that's exactly what happened. They kept their hands down to their waist, and when guys was going up to shoot, they was just shooting. And you know how it is when these guys really came out to play. First time I really could say that I really watched Milwaukee play other than when we played them before, and I see the different way that they played basketball this last game. A lot of guys are more in tune into their rotations. And we just wasn't in tune in our rotations last game. That's pretty much what it was. We had the scoring. Randall was doing Randall was doing his thing. Brunson was, he scored some points. RJ was doing his thing. We just couldn't contain them. We couldn't stop them when we needed to stop them or make a push to get back against them. Like you said, Devon, we made it back to maybe 9 points away from them, but then we just fell apart again. We couldn't continue to get under them. And like you said, Devon, that Tom Thibodeau said they wasn't feeling us, and it looked like they were just running right by us. RJ was getting beat by a guy that had his knees taped up from his ankles all the way up to his high thighs and stuff like that. So, a couple of plays, I'm just throwing it out. I ain't throwing no shade on none of the play. I'm just saying what I seen.
Yeah, that was all about competitive spirit to me the other night.
Yeah, that's all it was.
That was about not skill, not can you do this, can you do that. You didn't come out there with your competitive edge on the other side of the ball like your Tom Thibodeau team do. That wasn't a Tom Thibodeau basketball team. Tom Thibodeau said, make them feel you. They wasn't making Milwaukee feel them. Julius Randle was. Everybody else didn't show up, man. It ain't that don't mean they sorry. It's just that night. they didn't go iron sharpen iron that night. You know what I mean? They just let one team had iron and you had wood or whatever. I don't know, but that's what it felt like to me because like, them cats say, listen, we gonna give it to y'all. You know what I mean? And I just think that's how it went down, man. It be a mano a mano or iron sharpens iron, but it wasn't no iron sharpens iron from a competitive standpoint for the Knicks. They need to fix that because this is a competitive basketball team. They go out hard and play every night. And they tried to play it, but you know what, them cats, like I said, they top 5 in the league in scoring. Them in Boston to me is a creme de la creme of the East. I mean, Shop Powers, them the two teams that that's most likely they're gonna wind up in the Eastern Conference Finals, but it's not if Miami Heat don't do what Miami Heat doing Joel L. Them. But I got Giannis in Boston 1 and 2. I had them all since the day one because they proven to be 1 and 2. You know what I mean? So it's nothing new to me. We got spanked the other night on the defense side of the ball. We scored 123 points. We got spanked. There ain't nothing else you can say. Do I think we could beat them cats? Sure, I do. But
of course,
not that night though. You know,
right?
Not that night.
The things that we always talk about, man, they didn't control the pace.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't shoot their over 36% from 3-point land. They barely even shot any three-point shots. They did hit their free throws. And kudos to Julius Randle because I've been mentioning about how he wasn't being effective at the line, but he was pretty effective the other night at the line. I think he maybe missed 2 shots, but I mean, when we was trying, even though those 2 shots was crucial shot, I don't want to say crucial shots. I don't think we were within 1 or 2 points or not like that. But I think it was when we were trying to come back. Anyway, so we did some of those things, but we rebounded the basketball. I don't even know if you got the stats. I'm not even sure if we got our rebounded. It looked like they were out rebounded us and blocking our shots. Often.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We throw up the recap. Yeah, man. For the game, look, we shot 49% from the floor. They shot 60. That's defense right there. You know what I mean? That's our defense. We shot 30% from downtown. They shot 60. That's what I said. 3 and D. When I was texting you in the game, the Knicks losing because they ain't 3 and D. They ain't playing no D and they ain't hitting the 3. They 3 and D was off the other night. You know what I mean? They shot well from the charity stripe. You know what I mean? It's 87% shot powers. But if you look at the rebounding numbers,
pretty even.
Yeah, we played. Our defense just didn't come to play. That's all I can say, man. They didn't come to play. Not New York Knicks defense anyway. And Giannis them being who they are, and what they trying to do in their season, which is be champions. They gave us their best the other night, and we got to live with that. You know what I mean? So, but we can improve on some things, man. We just have to go out there and get better next game, man, against Boston. But if you look at it overall from the player perspective, Julius Randle, 37 minutes, 6 rebounds. 5 assists, 41 points. He was killing it. I don't care if you like Julius Randle or not. He was killing it the other night, bro. And he was playing the right way too, and he was killing it. You know what I mean? He definitely came out there and tried to put his player of the week numbers continuously going. He did that. RJ Barrett, good game for him in a sense. 31 points, 8 rebounds. I'm loving that right there. RJ Barrett.
Yeah, he's definitely rebounding that basketball better this
year. That was good to see. Obviously, love to see this, but he had 23 points. And what I'm really noticed that I think RJ knee shot powers is the reason why Tibbs is not running them super long. I think that knee still might have a little problem because sometimes he'll be out the game when you think he should be in the game, but it's not because of he was playing bad. I think Tibbs is favoring that knee to me anyway. That's what it seems like. Mitchell Robinson, terrible game. Brook Lopez, like I said, that was tough. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. 2 points. That was tough for Mr. Robinson. Brook Lopez with that size just gave him a problem. Right. And you got to set that. Jalen Brunson, 34 minutes, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 24 points. I think that was a minus 24 to me, though, Shop Howard. I think he had 24 points, but it felt like a minus 24 points to me. It didn't impact nothing too much for me, the way that game.
Yeah, his percentages probably is off. Even though he made 24 points, it might have been on 12 or 22, 12 or 25 or something, some way off. Not a progressive field goal percentage.
Yeah, and not only that, what else made it? He wasn't guarding him mano, but being that Dame Lillard had so many points, so the point guard spot in that game, when you look at it from a percentage standpoint, it definitely favored the other team because even though he scored 24, but Damian Lillard had 30, I don't know, something like that, whatever, close to it. And, so his numbers was good too. So that all said, Quentin Grimes had a tough night, 18 minutes, 1 rebound, no points, no assists. He just in a slump right now, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's just tough thing for Quentin Grimes. Hopefully get out of that pretty soon, man, because it's a pros and cons to that. I know people feel a certain way, have a way about it, but I can understand why sometimes he has to put him out and he don't have to put him in, because if your offense not scoring, you're hurting. Though his defense is stellar, is helping the Knicks, but at the same time, if the offense not there, that that's hurting us too. And I think that's what it all boiled down to until we get out of the slump. Once we get out of the slump, we have to worry about that. But right now, I think Ted's making a decision based on, I need you defensively, but I also need you offensively too. You know what I mean? And I think that's just the tough place to be in when you're in the slump to me as a basketball player. So he'll get out of it hopefully. Then he'll just keep retaining his 2-guard spot. We'll talk about that later as well. Josh Hart, 26 minutes, 11 points. Not bad. 4 rebounds. Amanda quickly, 19 minutes, 7 points. Quick had a tough night. Harkenstein had a pretty decent night. 7, 5, and 4, 18 minutes. DiVincenzo, 7 points. 17 minutes. 1, 2 rebounds. I think the player of the game to me was Jacob Toppin. 1 that came in and had a block shot, Power. That was pretty good. So other than that, you look at the Milwaukee, 35 from Antetokounmpo, 28 from Lillard, 18 from Beasley. He killed us. And the Chris Middleton had 14. So this was a tough game to go a certain way. But like I said, Power, the stats speak for itself. We got to get better, man. And I think we will. That this was a pretty tough one to swallow the other night.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. On to the next one. On to the next one. You recalibrate. You got a big game coming up. You got a big games coming all up in December. You got some big teams coming to all in this month. So on to the next one. This is another team that we need to beat, and this team is beatable. If I'm not mistaken, they may have on Friday night. I think Porzingis still will be out. So they just got knocked off the midseason tournament too. So we down in the Knicks for what happened and stuff like that, and ready to trade the whole farm and everything like that. But Boston also lost too. So let's be fair to the Knicks. I've even evolved a little bit about certain things, but we'll talk about that later. But Boston just lost too, so don't kick the Knicks in the knees. Try to short cap them or something like that. They went out there and try to win the game in the first half. They just couldn't contend. That's all it was.
Yeah, Bucks lost.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I understand how people feel. Don't get me wrong, because I was giddy. You know how giddy I am about. I'm always Mr. Utmost when it comes to trying to be a Knicks fan, but as reality do set in sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't going 82-0. I haven't seen the team do it in the NBA yet. Go 82.
Yeah, just because we made those predictions that the Knicks are going to win all 82 games don't mean they are, right?
Right. So we just having fun with it. But for me, it boils down to this here. Strap on your boots tomorrow night, go down to Boston and try to get a win. That's all.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks are still 5th in the Eastern Conference. It ain't like they're at the bottom of the cellar. The Knicks are the 5th best team in the Eastern Conference right now, as far as record-wise. So even though they lost that game, they didn't go down nowhere. They still had Indiana right behind them now after that win. But the Knicks are still right there. And the teams in front of them, look, if Milwaukee lost to Shot Powers, then that means Milwaukee got 7 losses now, 8. So they still right by the Knicks. So we just gotta don't let one night determine that our team is sorry, because that ain't the case. We far from that. It's just that we just ran into a juggernaut the other night, just like they ran into a juggernaut tonight, and Boston ran into a juggernaut the other night. That night, on that particular night, that team beat Boston. They had to go, but Boston probably wound up in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, but it's good, man. But that's the recap, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? We took it on the chin, 140-61-22. It was Giannis and them night. It was Dame night. It was the City Milwaukee night. We didn't come bring our A game on the defense side of the ball, and I think it is ugly head. That's all that happened out tonight. Ain't nothing else you can say. That's all that happened. And we didn't hit the 3-ball well. Our 3 and D wasn't on the other night. We shot poor from downtown, and we wasn't D'ing up. And that's the reason why they scored 146 and we scored 122, but we still scored 122 because Knicks not going to give up 146 points every night. That ain't gonna happen. They barely let teams hit 99 sometimes. So don't be too concerned, ladies and gentlemen. They just ran into one of the top teams, 1 or 2 top teams in the Eastern Conference, and they lost the other night. But I'm confident in this team. They're gonna still do what they do. But other than that, man, listen, we did 20 games in the season already, so they done got their shot power. It's been a pretty fast season so far. We're already through the first quarter, approaching December 15th, when cats could be traded and everything. So from signing free agency signers. So we about to go into the second half, but the first half was pretty good, man. Shot power, we went 12-8. And we on the positive side of it, other than going out of the 20 game we lost the other night. But so far, the first 20 games of the season went the kind of way I expected it, believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, we all had expectations of how the season would have went, and there was a couple of games in those 20 games that we should have won. And I mean, I think I was more on the lines of 14-6. And I mean, and I see 2 games that we should have won in between. There was maybe 4 games that we could have possibly won, but at any rate, we still above 500. And we're still striving for perfection. You know what I mean? Hills and valleys, how we say it, Divine, hills and valleys, right?
Peaks and valleys.
Peaks and valleys, you know what I mean? So that's how we got to go with it. On to the next one. This game coming up, it's going to be another big game. And so far for the first 20 games, I'm happy that we ranked number 5 in the league. We have some good stats throughout the NBA, and rebounding and defense and stuff like that. So we still have some players that are still making player of the week statuses and stuff like that. So we're still moving forward. We're slowly progressing. And after this loss, we'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk. Just like I said, man. So for the first quarter, see, this is where we at as a Knicks team. Right now, we sitting 5th in the Eastern Conference, 12-8. Philly 13-7. Orlando, they are 14-7. They done lost 2 in a row. See, the Bucks lost, so Bucks lost. Now they got 7 losses. You know what I mean? So we still in the thick of things right now. And now you see the Indiana Pacers probably where we at now because they won tonight, so they probably 12-8 as well. But we still right there in the thick of things, man. So far this season, we playing pretty well. Our shooting percentages is 600. Win percentage is good. It's all right. 3 games behind first. We 10-5 in the conference, 1-2 in the division. That's good to be 10-5 in the conference. That might mean something down the line. We 6-3 at home. I'm impressed. I thought I'm glad that we came out was able to win some home games. I think we left a couple of them.
We had a good stretch. The 3 out of 4, the last one.
That's right. We left a couple of games at the Garden on the table that we should have won. So overall, though, they stay 6-3 at home. On the road, 6-5. They're still 500 on the road. No overtime this year. Last 10 games, they're 7-3. That's not bad. We just lost one the other night. So if you look at the standings, man, they right there. And they ain't going nowhere. Pretty much what you see is what you get. I think Orlando Magic, I know they nice team. I think they go down. I think in the second half
they are playing some fantastic basketball though. But after a little wear and tear, not wishing no badness on them. But if one of those guys over there go down, they may have a little struggle. But they are playing some fantastic basketball right now. To be a team last year that was I don't even think they made the play-in last year. To be ranked third in the East right now, Montero's having a fantastic year.
Yeah. I think they will make the play-in and all that. But like I said, they had a very soft schedule. First of all, they had a soft schedule, and that so when they really go out there, had a tough schedule. Let's see how. And they're up and coming young team. Nobody expected them to be there. That's why I think they expect them to be good. I didn't think people expected them to be where they at, and I don't even expect. I knew they were going to be in that top 10, fighting for that play. And I know that much, and I think that's what's going to wind up happening. That will regress, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, this is the NBA, and them the stages you go through when you're a young team like that. Because when you get down to the get down, then you're going up against some of these teams in a 7-game series is a different story. But I think they up and coming. I think next year they'd be a playoff team. I think this is that year they take that leap to the play-in. I think next year they get to the playoffs. I'm gonna put it like that. I'll keep it that simple. To me, anyway, with Orlando Magic. But other than that, man, we sitting right there, ladies and gentlemen. So we pretty good there. The Knicks just got to maintain, man. I get into they schedule and everything like that in a few minutes. But Shop, we just got to go out there and play, man. And I think we got to go out there and just continue do what we've been doing the first half of the season. This time, ladies and gentlemen, last year, this time we was almost like under 500 last year, Shop Hours.
Say again. I'm sorry, Devon. I'm looking at all the stuff in the chat.
This time last year, we was under 500. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't remember, but yeah, I think this was right around the time when we had the Fournier tobacco, you know what I mean, everything like that. You know what I mean? Right around this time, I think it was like 23 games, or maybe it was around 20-some games.
23.
You know, we was underwater last year at this time. So
10 and 13. 10 and 13.
10 and 13. Yeah, there we go.
And now we 4 games over 500. So we already on pace to having a better season so far than we had the past year. And I think this team had a good all season. They didn't make too many changes. They just brought in DiVincenzo to send out Obi Toppin. So they didn't really do nothing too much different from last year. I think Shindo is making a difference in a sense, but maybe due to the fact that because of a couple of our players are in the slump. Julius Randle started off pretty, with the injury coming into the season. He started off slow, but now you see what he's doing. So for the season to start the way it did, with Julius Randle coming out of the gate slow, and because of injury, RJ being injured a couple of times here and there, migraines and knees. To be over 500 to me is pretty impressive, knowing that 2 of our main dudes was out, or one of them was out, but one of them was pretty much gimpy coming into the season. So I think to be at 12 and 8, got a chance to keep going and get better. I take that first half this quarter of the season. It's definitely a win. I'm definitely going to give it a win for the Knicks. Because this thing could have been different, but they were able to maintain and stay above water, and right now, they sitting at 12 and 8. So I think overall, I'm pretty impressed with what they got going on so far.
Yeah, I mean, we're still playing basketball, man, and there's a lot of stats that you see out there and stuff like that, about the teams that we lost to and stuff like that, and who they are and where they're ranked and stuff like that. This team is still a good team, man. And they still haven't found their niche yet. We haven't went on a little run of 4 or 5 game winning streak yet. 4, 5, 6, 7 games, where we usually can dial it up like that. And we haven't got on a niche. We have players that show up in certain games, and players haven't showed up with the consistency that we talked about in the beginning of the year. We haven't seen the pop from Quentin Grimes yet. That's all it is, man. We still have things that we have to figure out, and some things that have to be fixed. I don't want to go too far into it. I want to get into that subject later.
Yeah, man. For me, it's just about growth and development, man. That's what that's all it comes out to. But anyway, so far, ladies and gentlemen, we are, like I said, we fifth in the conference. We look pretty good there. And I'm not throwing some numbers, man. We look at some of where we at as a team from a defensive offense standpoint as well. But right now, like I said, I take the fifth conference early, 20 games. So we see how it goes, man. We're gonna see if these cats gonna come out of here, take that loss the other night and build off it. Let's see if they're gonna build off it. A loss like that can make a certain team go another way. I don't think that's gonna happen in New York, first of all, but that can happen when so I don't think this team is nowhere near that type of worry where if it go bad, they're gonna collapse or fall or start losing 7 or 8 games. No, it's not even that. We're not even on that train, so we won't even deal with that. But I just know one thing here, that this is a good basketball team. They just got to get it together, man. And like I said, 20 games into the season, we over 500, no major injuries. I'm gonna say, like I said, peaks and valleys. We had more good than bad. Could be 4 games over. And games we could have lost, and games we could have won. I still don't think you had seen the best of this team. And I can only imagine when Quentin Grimes get out of slump. So you think this team is they trend award, they doing all right, and they one of they premier. When I mean premier, the best defender probably on the team, and one of the probably dangerous shooters from outside on the team is not having a good season so far. And for the Knicks to be able to manage to, how would I say, get by without that is pretty good. Can you imagine if Quentin Grimes literally right now wasn't in the slump he was on all season? The Knicks probably better than this. So I'm optimistic about the 20 games so far because I see the things that the pros to it and the cons. We had some pros. It's like, damn, if Quentin Grimes was scoring 11 like he did last year, Knicks might be a different team. You know what I mean? So
we a way different team. So, their change up of defensive how people play our defense. A lot of teams have picked up the same narrative of how to play defense against us. They let Mitchell Robinson roam around, and Mitchell Robinson man rolls around, and then they switch everything. They drop back, switch. And pick up. Yeah,
real talk, 100%. But this team, I'm not worried about this team, man. these cats are solid pros. They savvy pros. They bounce back. But 20 games to the season, I'm just gonna go out and say, you know what, I'm gonna get a Knicks right now so far a B. I'm just gonna give them a B for the season for me because I do think that the main thing is they over 500. They playing good ball every night. They compete every night. They don't even the other night they lost by 20. They was competing to at least on one side of the ball, so they just couldn't do it no more. But I don't think that this team is one of them teams that just lays down. I just think that somebody threw a hammer at them, and that's what happened. So we'll live there, live to fight another day. But but other than that, I think I take that 12 and 8 so far. Shop House, I think they worthy of it. They earned that one right there, so I think they'd be okay. But if you look at some of the numbers for the Knicks this year, excuse me, man, ladies and gentlemen, my bad. You look at some of the numbers so far from team and individual wise shot powers. We'll throw that up there and let everybody check it out. 20 games, after 48 minutes a game, I keep down the highlight on it. They scored 111. Think about it. They scored 116 last season. How many points from that the past season? They off what? 5 points? How many? I'm not this lady that what I'm about to say is not a knock on him, but this is how important it is. Can you imagine if you give us 5 more points? That means Quentin Grimes will be averaging his 11 a game season, like last year. So you put that 5 points. You give Quentin Grimes 5 more points, you probably scoring hypothetically 160. That's what I'm saying. So
I feel you.
Yeah, I say all that to say our offense he's not the only one, but that's how important he is to our first unit. You know what I mean? Because Quentin Grimes is a difference maker for the Knicks. And I just brought that up to say if he was averaging his average, that means you put 5 more points on that because he's 5 more points on it. And he might have 116 like last year. So he right now he's scoring 6 and it might start dipping. But let's hope once he gets it together, we good. Once he gets it together, we okay. I ain't worried about it. But anyway, our win percentage is 600, field goal percentage 40. Made attempted, we shooting pretty good. We attempted 90 and we scoring about 40, made 44%. That ain't bad. I love to see that get up to 47, 48. But that ain't, though. I mean, it's doable right now for a team who's not consistently ready to get into a rhythm at some nights because they can knock them down. The Knicks score when they score. 13.4 3-pointers made out of 35%. We shoot 37 from downtown, above league average. I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that 37.5. Foul tech 17. Made attempted 23. We leave almost like 6 a game. We only set 74%. We got to get that up another 3 or 4 or 5 points, at least 3 or 4 to get us to 78.
Yes, 79.
Yeah, that'd be pretty decent. Off rebounding, we killing it. Defense rebounding, we killing it. Rebound up 46.1. We pretty one of the better teams in the league in doing that. Assist numbers is 23. Turnovers we decent at. Steals we decent at. Blocks we not. Jacob Topper had the most blocks per game for the Knicks so far this year, 1, because everybody else only averaged a point something. He only blocked that last night, so that's crazy. But yeah, man. But other than that, that's good. I'm happy with so far. I think they could be better in a lot of areas. But right now, I take the 37 from downtown, get that free throw shooting together. We lose a lot of games that way, Sharp Powers. And other than that, man, I think that's pretty much the Knicks in a nutshell. So I'll point to plus minus at 0.40, so that's good. My differential was pretty decent. So I just say all that to say that it's things that we can work on or things we got to get better at. But for the first 20 games of the season, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, with the stats you just seen, that's why you see that we're above 500 right now. You know what I mean? And can there be some adjustments and some tweaks in that offense and stuff? Of course. You know what I mean? Like you brought up a great point in the beginning, Divine. We're scoring 111 points a game, and Quentin Grimes' average is 6 points. If he made his average, we'd be at 116 points a game. That's a great analogy. That's mathematics right there, brother. That's mathematics. You know what I mean? So it really shows, where we can be when we can get our guy to 11, 12, 13 points. An extra 6, 7 more points a game. You know what I mean? How we score. You know what I mean? And that doesn't limit him now. If he can average that, I mean that he more than likely he can forego that score. I mean, if he's averaging 12 points, he could probably get 14, 16 points. I mean, some nights, and I mean, so but this guy he got to get into the swing of things. You know what I mean? And I don't even want to start talking about it. We'll talk about it later. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say now.
Yeah, real talk. But you dead on, man. It need to come around. All that stuff will work itself out. But yeah, so far, like I said, the numbers, they are what they are. They could be better, and I think they will get better. I like what we got on the floor there, man. Like I said, my prediction stand. I'm good with the Knicks. If you look at where the Knicks is at right now, 12-7. So, and that'd be
48,
right? So if you look at that, and right, be 48 wins. So, and I think they
unless you add the next two. You know what I mean? You got 2 left over and stuff like that. 48, that's 50. You win those 2 games. That's you will go 12 the next 3 quarters. That'll make 48, and then there's 2 extra games. 2 extra games to get you to that 50-win mark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's where I'm at with it, man. So like I said, we'll see, man. But I think the first quarter of the season, I don't have no issues with nothing went on in the first quarter of the season. I think it worked. Like I said, the main thing, we don't have nobody sitting out for the whole season with a torn ligament. We don't have nobody, other than some guys slumping peaks and valleys. We don't got too many issues in the first half of the season. We was healthy. I mean, for the major squad, we lost a guy here and there, like the migraine with RJ, and the knee, and who else we did?
Quentin Grimes' hand.
Right. Other than that, we've been pretty on the injury side of the ball this year so far. So hopefully we can maintain that the rest of the year and don't get no injury bug that's going to hurt us real good. I keep seeing Jalen Brunson hitting that damn floor, man. He's trying to feel some type of way, but he's doing what he's doing, man. That's why he's leading the league in charge and everything. So overall, Shop Howard, that was pretty good, man. But like I said, we got some dogs, man. We got some guys that need to step up, but we do got some guys out there who looking to do it, man. For the team leaders on the team this year, this season, Jalen Brunson, 24.9. Julius Randle, 21.5, and RJ, 18.9 per game. Rebounding, Mitchell Robinson, 10.4. Randle, 10.0. Josh Hart, 6.1. Assists per game, the same usual stuff. Jalen Brunson, 5.6. Randle, 5.6. I know y'all think they don't move the ball and they ain't selfish, but can you imagine some guys that's hitting shots, the numbers go up. Look what they've been putting up. Right. Matter of fact, look at the 2 guys' numbers the last 10 games. Them cats dropping like 27-8, 35-9. I mean, these Jalen Brunson and Randle been killing it the last 10 games almost. They've been putting up some pretty gaudy numbers, man. One of them, Eastern Conference Player of the Week, the other one too. They doing it. I don't care what nobody say. These cats are playing. They just caught one the other night. Randle quickly 2.9 assists, field goal percentage. Obviously, Gerald Simmons don't play enough. That Mitchell Robinson 50% above, almost 60%. Harkenstein 56.6. Mitchell Robinson 56.7.6, almost 20. Free throws. I never thought RJ would be there, but he's quickly doing what he's doing.
That's all I was hoping for this year. He's doing great.
Yeah, RJ 85.3 and Brunson 81.1. 3-pointer, Brunson like killing the game. Shinzo killing it. Brunson hitting 45.7. He went 0 for 5 the other night, so that could be changing. Who knows? Steals per game. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, and our center got more steals per game, and Fournier. Blocks per game. That's how you thought I was tripping the other day, a few minutes ago. Shop Howard, look. Blocks per game. Mitchell Robinson and Jacob Toppin. 1 block a game. He got that the other night. That was a good block, too. I wish they do that more often. We need shot blockers like that young man. Hope he gets some burn. I'm glad Tibbs put him in uniform and let him get in the game. I'm glad he threw him in there to give him a little bit of what it feels like to be in a game like that, man. He had the best plus minus out of everybody other than Julius Randle because he had that 1 block shot and nobody else did nothing to him. But it was fun, though. I'm glad to see that. But that's our guys, man, and that's the stat for the team. Our best leaders in this category, that category. Some is expected. Some of them is, but I do want to see some of these numbers, guys, change numbers go up. I like to see IQ get a little bit more assists. RJ keep rebounding the way he did the other night. But other than that, I'm not mad at the numbers, though. I think they look pretty decent so far.
Yeah, we got a team, man, and we just we have a lot of all-star type players on our team. You know what I mean? You can throw the caveat to RJ Barrett playing better than a better start than he had last year. Brunson is killing it this year. And Randall is starting to get back to his form of almost 21 points from starting from 13 points, this year. So he's starting to get back into form. And we got some good players on this team. We don't have those super echelon players like you say, like the Giannis's or the Dame Dollars, those guys that Brunson is starting to be Mr. Clutch. So we do have a player in that same realm of someone that can get you that shot when you really need it. Jalen Brunson does that, and he does it very well. So we just need to see what happens with this team. This team is a great team, man. If they come out with their defense first, control the pace, grab them rebounds, they're doing a lot of the things that they rebounded, but they top in rebounding. They're better shooting free throw shooting this year. They're controlling the pace. They're starting to get high assists when they, like you say, Devon, they over 20, 22, 21 point, 20 assists. They win the game or something like that. He was saying other days.
Anytime they score 20 assists or better, they usually win the game. They had
so that's the things that we got to strive for this year. Controlling that pace. You get the ball, you make the pass, and people making the shot. We're going to score some baskets, and we've been doing that pretty much. Over these 12 times we done it. So let's see if we can continue to do something like this and this next 20 games.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% because the reason why, to me, it's just all about making adjustments. Okay, you went through this thing. You kind of remember I was saying at the beginning of the season, you kind of really don't get into it till after the quarter, after the 10, 15, 20 games. That's when you really start getting into the grit of this thing and seeing what is about to go down. Because now everybody about to go from 20 to 40. What comes at 40? They're at a trade deadline or 35 or whatever.
Right.
So the mindset of all the teams in the NBA starts shifting a little bit. And I think that I'm right where I thought we would be. I thought we probably could have maybe 2 more wins more than we have.
I did too. I had 14-6.
Right, but we right where I thought we would be, and that's under the circumstances of the things that go on around the team. For as like I said, RJ, the games he haven't played, we lost damn near just about. So that's a big difference. Quentin Grimes, not be able to get in his groove and nights that quickly might have off, or whatever the case may be. So we'll stay in all that and still be where we at. I think we'll be okay. So like I said, to me, soon as Quentin Grimes catch fire, it's over. That's all I'm gonna say. He right now, once he get in his Quentin Grimes mode, who he is as a player, and what we expect for him, which is the same thing he brought to the table last year, then we're gonna be fine. And that he's an important part to that starting lineup. So people don't take for granted if his offense is not there. It's hindered because this is why. When they double team in Brunson, when they double team in RJ, they throwing it down. When Harkenstein kicking that ball out, he's that dude. That in that starting lineup that I'm about to knock this down. So when you don't get that shot from him, it's pretty tough because if the offense goes the other way, it breaks down, whatever the case.
Right.
But he's that one that's left wide open in that corner. All Quentin Grimes got to do is knock the shot down. That's his problem right now. He's just knocking the shot. He's just not hitting right now. It ain't about the man can't play basketball. It ain't about the man sorry. He ain't got nothing to do with none of that. Right now, Quentin Grimes is just not shooting. That happens to a lot of basketball players. Not only him, a lot of basketball players. He just at a point in the time of the season right now where he's in a shooting slump. That's it. And all the other stuff don't mean nothing.
Pretty much that, Devon. I just want to see Quentin Grimes do what he was doing when he was JJ Redick, them running those up fakes. I haven't really seen him get the ball, give an up fake, let the guy fly by and take 2 steps over and shoot that shot yet. I haven't seen him all the things that I've seen. I'm not like I've seen 10,000 videos of him doing that like that, but the limited videos that I've seen of him when he was training with JJ Redick, he's not applying that to the NBA game right now. I haven't seen him as of yet hit that person with the up fake, let him slide by you, take those 2 steps over to the side, and then take that shot. That's one of the things that I've seen he was doing with JJ Redick, and I haven't seen him implement that into the NBA as of yet. Maybe he has done 1 or 2 times that I may overlook, but overall, that same play that he was doing with JJ Redick, I'm not seeing him apply that into the NBA, especially the moves after the up fake and driving to the hole. Right now, Quentin Grimes, I think, only shot 3 foul shots for the season. You know what I mean? On a team that that progressively drives down the hole. That is something that he has to, acquire, pick up, or at least drive a little enough where you could take the short jump shot. If you're not hitting your 3-point shot, at least take the short jump shot. I'm pretty sure you're pretty decent with short jump shots as well as the long 3-point shot. So those are the things that I just want him to implement, because if he gets better, we get better.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, guys, me and Shaw were talking about this right quick, and this has something to do with the first quarter of the season. Let me say, here's the Quentin Grimes dilemma, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all hear me out when I'm saying this. He one-dimensional right now. You understand what I'm saying? He playing one-dimensional basketball. All Quentin Grimes is trying to do is just shoot a 3. So when the defense take that game away from you, he got to do like you just said. He got to start putting that ball on the floor. He can't rely on just being a 3-point shooter. And he gonna be what we always said he was, 3 and D. Mm-hmm. So the only thing you could do is shoot the basketball, and you can't score in other ways, whether it's getting down the lane, throwing finger rolls like any other. If you be one-dimensional, then you're gonna be right where you at for the rest of your career. He got to be able to make play. That's the reason why people thought I was tripping shot. How I said, put him in the second unit for this reason. This is the reason why you put him in the second unit. Not because he's not good. Not because of Shinzo. You put him there so he can be able to have more, free flowing to his game. Have more chance to do that. He's not going to be able to do that with Julius Randle. He's not going to be able to do it with Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett in that starting lineup, because they take predominantly all the minutes from the ball. So they put a guy like him in the second unit with him quickly, and Josh Hart could just go bananas. And it's not a knock on Quentin Grimes. I think it'll help the Knicks. It'll help him too, because now he won't feel like if he get a shot, he getting taken out. No. You got better chance to score now because you ain't got Randall and all them hogging the ball from you. So as a Knicks fan, I would want him in the second unit, because I think his game, it'll help him more if he in the second unit where he don't get complain about I'm not getting shots. I understand why he's saying, because we got 3 predominantly dominant ball handlers in that starting unit. You know what I mean? So I get it. But he got to also take it upon himself not to be a one-dimensional ball player. You can't just sit there and shoot 3s all the time. You got to be able to break down the defense. Look at Quickly. Quickly don't rely on a 3-ball shot all the time. He'll break down the thing, shot power to get in the lane. You know what I mean? To try to create shots for himself. So I think he got to become more of a scorer, not a shooter. And I think that might help him with game out in the long run. But I think he's the reason why, I think we would be better once he get his game going. I would love to see him go to the second unit for that reason. And I think he would be able to get more shots up than he in that first unit. And I don't think I think it'll help the Knicks anyway, either way, because Shinzo can play defense like him to a degree. The Knicks not losing nothing in that first unit by bringing Shinzo in. And here's another reason. Shinzo, he'll take his shot.
He ain't gonna hesitate.
He don't hesitate. He don't lack confidence. Shinzo, I don't care who I'm on the floor with. I'm open. I'm putting it up.
Yeah, he don't. That's one thing he don't do. He don't lack.
He's not doing it. He giving the ball up. I told Quentin Grimes got to be more selfish. Man, when you open, they swing that ball to you. Forget all that. Shoot that joint. If he's going to take you out, he's going to take you out anyway. So you might as well just get and try to get taken out by why you get a chance to get some opportunities. But, sometimes you got to be selfish. So Quentin Grimes just got to get together, man, because he's a big reason. We expected him to have a good year. I said if RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes pop this year, Knicks going to be pretty one of the toughest teams to play. And we just need, so that was my projection on that guy having a good season, along with Quickly, along with Josh Hart, all these guys, man. So now it's time to go ahead and put up a shut up, because like I said, he getting the minutes. He scored 11 something a game last year. So what happened last year that didn't happen this year? Got to get it popping, my man. Let's do it. We need you. We need Quentin Grimes. We need Quentin Grimes in New York in the worst way right now to complete that public shot power, because Tibbs depended on that cat. You know what I mean? To do certain things, to get there, sit in that corner, knock it down. We depended on that. And just like we depended on Brunson's numbers, we depended on RJ numbers, we depended on Mitch's numbers, we depended on Quentin Grimes' number. That's why he in the starting lineup. That's why Tibbs put him there. Tibbs put him there last year because he depended on them numbers. And right now, he just not putting up the numbers, and it's affecting a little bit the way we play basketball sometime. Because it's going to take monster games like from Randall and Brunson if we don't get we don't get the contribution from him and RJ and all these guys. You're going to put more pressure on Julius Randle and RJ. Julius Randle, RJ, and Brunson to go out there and do the damn thing. And they're young though, so I get it. I'm not throwing. That's what I want to see him do. Let's go out there and get busy, man. We need Quentin Grimes for sure.
I'll say this, Divine. Like I've been back and forth with this all season. You know what I mean? And I like Quentin Grimes in the starting unit, but for this reason that you just mentioned, I wouldn't mind to see him in the second unit with IQ and iHeart. You know what I mean? Because those guys play together. You know what I mean? And that's where I thought that the starting unit was going to be before Brunson. I thought it was going to be IQ and Quentin Grimes. You know what I mean? IQ is the point and Quentin Grimes is the shooting guard. And he would get more shots in that second unit because the second unit passes the ball a little bit more and makes drives to the basket better. I don't want to say better passing, but guys that look up more and stuff. And I think Quentin Grimes and IQ can electrify that second unit. You know what I mean? And the reason why I'm saying this also is because DiVincenzo, like we just talked about, doesn't hesitate. He's a proven veteran. You know what I mean? He's been in the league. He's got a ring, even though he was hurt for the ring. I think he hurt his leg or something like that. I don't know if he played all the games for that season to get the ring, but he has played there. He's played there in Golden State, and he can pass the basketball and he can dribble the basketball. You know what I mean? Which can help out Brunson because Quentin Grimes does not dribble the basketball up the court. Is either Randall. You don't see Quentin Grimes come in to set the offense on possessions. You know what I mean? Usually you see him. You know, that's going to set up for the pass and stuff like that. I'll be right back to Bob.
Yeah. Hey, I'm on the set. We know Quentin Grimes to get it together. We're not worried about Quentin Grimes, ladies and gentlemen, but you know, you also got to look at what the players doing too, man. We can't say it's all Tibbs' fault. It wasn't Tibbs' fault last year when he scored 11 a game. The only thing we throwing shots at everybody else but Quentin Grimes because Quentin Grimes not hitting shots. If Quentin Grimes were hitting shots right now, we wouldn't even be talking about this stuff. We would not be talking about nothing negative about the Knicks. And we wouldn't be talking negative about him. And we're not even talking negative about him. We just saying then the parts of his game that we just kind of critiquing. We critiquing his game, and to me, some parts of his game is not catching up to what his pros is kind of outweighing his pros right now on the offense side of the ball. We put it like that. It ain't no knock. It ain't not that he's not a good player, but we need Quentin Grimes, ladies and gentlemen. He's our best defender probably on the team. We need him. We need him. I don't care if he's on a bench or he's starting. We need Quentin Grimes. I had Quentin Grimes, one of my guys who would help the Knicks get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. I said if Quentin Grimes popped this year and RJ popped this year, Knicks will get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And right now, you know, he ain't where he need to be, but he will get there. He will get there. It's not, you know, so I can't wait till he get there. Because I know I'm a Quentin Grimes fan. I know what this man can do with basketball, ladies and gentlemen. He is that dude on the other side of the ball. When his shot is on, he got the prettiest stroke in the game. He's an underrated playmaker, an underrated guy. Who he do a lot of stuff that he's not a 3-and-D guy. But he playing like one. And remember, he went through this. He last year he played good ball. It's not like he's not in the same system. He playing with the same starting five he played with last year. What's different this year than last year? He playing in the same system, same ball players, same guys, same offense. He scored 11 points a game last year. He'll score 11 or more this year. Quentin Grimes will wind up probably scoring 13, 14, 15 a game before the season is over. He might pop 15. He just in a slump. And when he come out of slump, then y'all watch out. The Knicks will be ready to roll. I really believe that. He's going to make a difference when he's knocking that shot down because they're going to change the defense playing the Knicks. Okay, now you can't settle on Jalen Brunson. You can't settle on Randall. That's how important Quentin Grimes is to the Knicks. Because what he could do for that offense by knocking down that three ball in the corner, he opens up that offense tremendously. So that's why we on our boy Quentin Grimes because we want him to go out there and do the damn thing because we need him. We need Quentin Grimes, and he just got to get it popping. That's all. We need all of them, but we really need him. I thought he's going to be the He's gonna be that one that really turns his team the way the way I think it's gonna go. I think he was a big part of that. He was a big part of it. So let's see. I think we get a popping, man. But for me, next 20 games, we just gotta go out there and get it. The schedule don't get no easier for the Knicks, obviously. Moving forward, so we got to really go out there and just take advantage of it and go out there and win some games, man. And I think the Knicks gonna be fine. And I'm not too much concerned with that. Shop Howard, look at the schedule right quick and see what's going on for them moving forward, man. Because they got a daunting schedule coming up. I really, these boys they in no, oh my goodness. So we look at it right there. Kicks off like that. In Boston, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night. They'll be in Boston. You know, so then they'll be home for Toronto on Monday at Utah. They some pretty tough games. Boston game, obviously, that's going to be a tough one. Let's see. I want to see what their character's made of. I want to see what our team character made of after taking that shellacking the other night. I want to see how they respond in this Boston game. You know what I mean? If they're going to be just another game on the night we lost, or I want to see how these cats come out and play. And knowing these guys, they're going to come out and play hard. Then we got Toronto, guys. We just gave Toronto the business up in Toronto before we got to the tournament the other night. We gave them the business at Utah on the 13th. Tough game, but winnable though. I think Utah don't look like they playing the way they thought they were. They about to tear that thing up. Larry Markin name calling. And then we at Phoenix. Tough schedule, ladies and gentlemen. That's that West Coast swing. Then we at Phoenix, at the Clippers, and we at the Lakers. And we have Brooklyn.
Woo.
So, you know, and then we got Milwaukee back-to-back on the 23rd and Christmas Day. Then we at Oklahoma City, at Orlando, at Indiana versus Minnesota versus Chicago, at Philly, at Washington. So the next 20 games are going to be pretty tough for the New York Knicks. But like I said, this is where it's all meant. December is where it all go down. Once you get to that 20 games, that's where we had 5 back-to-back shot powers in the first 20 games of the season. Tough schedule, but man, I'm ready. Let's strap it up. Let's go get it. Let's see what they're gonna do. Pretty tough schedule though.
Yeah, I'm gonna let's see. Boston, we need a win. I think we can beat Toronto. We need to beat Utah. Phoenix is gonna be a tough game. Probably be back. We need to get a lot of these wins. We gotta go at least 500 in these wins right here. Mm-hmm. In these next 20 wins, we got to win at least 10 of these wins. Yeah. Now, I mean, this is the, and it gets easier, but this stretch right here can actually break a team, man. You know what I mean? This is a stretch. This is all 500 team, 500. I don't know what the Clippers are, but they're probably around 500. Lakers are over 500. Brooklyn is a little bit under 500. I think they might even still have a winning record. I think they're like in ninth in the East. They might be like 11-9 or something like that. So they may even have a 500 record. Then you got Milwaukee, which is a 500 team, and we got them back to back. I mean, damn near back to back. You know what I mean? So that next 10 games, sheesh.
Yeah, man. And this is what it's about. So let's see if they go out there how they respond. It's all about responding. But like I said, I need them to do the same thing they did in the first half. I don't care who they play. They need to go 20, 12, or 7 at least.
Right.
12 or 7 at least. You know what I mean? And they put us at 24, 14, 10 games over. Am I right? Yep. Put us 10 games over. That's what we need to do. We need to go out there and play basketball, man, and get back at it. But definitely going to be a tough game Monday. I mean, not Monday, tomorrow night. Like I said, Boston coming off they got knocked out of the tournament. So, you know, they and Jason Tatum and them, I'm quite sure they ain't really concerned. They're looking for the big picture. But I think it's going to be a pretty tough one. But I'm looking at that schedule like I just said the next 20, man. We just got to do in the next 20 games. I would like to see the Knicks. I would like to see 15-5, which I don't think I would love to see that. But I'll settle for 7. I'm not 15-5. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'll take the same record we just had, 12-8.
12-8.
I'll take 12-8 on this next 20 games that we got coming up. I would. Oh yeah, 12-8 is a win. 12-8 over these next 20 games. You just seen we had Milwaukee, We got all 500 teams on that. The first 10 games is all big teams. The Suns, we need to pay them back. We need, you know what I mean? It's a couple of games on that schedule. We need to beat Boston. You know what I mean? It's a couple of games on that. If we can go 12-8, I'm happy.
D-Ross got 14-6. D-Ross, I was thinking about that too, man. I might have to jump on it with you on that one, man. If not, I had to go with that 14-6. I remember the past season, man. We went through things. We went on the West Coast and gave them up with the business. We went out there and
right.
You know, like I said, some things you learn of it. I think the Milwaukee Bucks game was an eye-opening experience for that team, and that's exactly what they needed because they were feeling themselves a little bit. Let me bring you down to earth and let you know you got to play every night. That Milwaukee thing to me is only gonna make this team better because now they realize like, okay, you know, we can't come in here thinking like we're going.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah. We just can't come in here and think from the last game we were close and they just hit a last-minute shot and got a couple of free throws. Mm-hmm. Nah, we can't do that again. Yeah, I mean, we can't. The teams like that, you can't play them. That their team defensively is not a really a defensive team. What their team is a offensive team. Every game that they play, they're going to score about 120-something points a night. They are a high voltage offensive game, i.e., 60-something% from 3-point game against the Knicks. You know what I mean? These guys put up baskets. You know what I mean? And they make up in their defense with their offense, and then they, you know, got Giannis every once in a while that can help you there. So,
Hey, JJ, I understand where you're coming from. I would probably say I don't depend on how good you want him to get, because I think Emmanuel quickly became a pretty good player for the Knicks coming drafted at 25. Emmanuel quickly, yeah, he was drafted 25, something like that, and I think he turned out pretty well to be drafted under Tom Thibodeau on them, and to get the sixth man of the year. He having a good year this year. I just want to see quickly get a little bit more aggressive and meaningful games. Other than that, I think his development was good. Mitchell Robinson, over the years he's been here, development was good. You know what I mean? Remember when Mitchell came into the league, he was foul prone like crazy. Now he done turned into one of the better centers in the league.
Yeah, when his name is definitely you your center got to play some big basketball when Mitchell Robinson come in the house.
Yeah, R.J. Barrett got better every year. Remember, R.J. Barrett came here 18 years old. You know what I mean? The man 17, 14, 14 a game, 17 a game, 20.
19 points something.
19 now. So, you know, these cats been playing, man. Listen, that's the thing that's crazy about this, Shot Powers. A lot of the players on this team, we drafted them that's running this thing. We got three guys in the starting lineup. The New York Knicks drafted. They drafted these three players. RJ get heavy minutes. Mitchell Robinson get heavy minutes. Quentin Grimes get heavy minutes. You know what I mean? Other than Brunson and Randall, they brought them in here to add to them young boys, and they're playing off. We won 47 games last year. They are playing. I mean, they play. Listen, Quentin Grimes developed. Quentin Grimes was scoring. He went from 6 a game in the season to last year his season best thing, right? Shop out 11 a game. Quentin Grimes had a good year last year from a development standpoint. And that's why we talking about it, because we thought this year we want to see him around 15 a game. And I think he still might get there. He just in a slump. But
yeah, that's all it is.
I do think these guys have been growing under the Knicks. It's just that we don't realize that this team has pretty much been drafted. Other you take Shinzo and Josh Hart off this team with Fournier, I think damn near everybody else we drafted, except Hartenstein, obviously. So I think the Knicks did pretty good for that. I just think that right now the expectation is probably just weighing on these guys. The Knicks is playing for something, ladies and gentlemen. They trying to say we trying to get past what we was the past season. So I think a lot of pressure comes with that, man. These young guys, they're young. That's why I keep saying that. They're not good. It's that they got to learn how to win and take care of pressure. Look who win these championships. These guys who veterans. You look at who won it this year. The Joke in them and a whole butt veteran. So these guys are young. They get to it, man. But now look at Mitchell Robinson compared to when he came into the league. I think we good. I think we good this year. I'm not worried about the Knicks, man. We just got to go out there and just keep playing the way we've been playing, win the 12-8, like you said, or better, and keep it moving. That's all. Until something gonna happen in New York anyway. No matter what we think, something gonna go down. I don't know who it's gonna be. Shaw Powers. Something going down in New York from a trade perspective. I think the Knicks gonna pull the trigger sooner or later. I don't know who it is, but I think they're gonna go get somebody. So let's hope that what they bring in here help us be better. That's it, and let Jacob Toppin get a little run, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much hoopla out there about people. Bundy put some out there. You sent something to me. Shams put something out there. It was on one of those on YouTube. He was on saying some stuff about the Knicks and stuff like that. So I mean, it could be out there. It all depends on who it is and what the trade package is going to look like. You know what I mean? If you look at it, on hindsight, the tradable players right now are maybe Grimes, maybe IQ, maybe RJ. Those are definitely Fournier is in the mix with any one of those players if they make a trade, a couple of first round picks, if they're looking to get some. There's a lot of names out there. We talked about it in the back. About who's out there and stuff like that. There's some guys out there that's out there. There's some guys that hasn't been mentioned, like Kamingas of the world, and there's a couple of guys out there that out there. The Donovan Mitchell and the couple of guys out there. You know what I mean? So see, I keep my ears listening and see what happens. I like listening to who they want to trade for. Right now, I really think we could salvage the season. Only thing we really need is Quentin Grimes to get more effective. Right now he gets more effective. That makes us a better team. And the second unit to still be able to strive and do what they've been doing all season long.
Yeah, real talk. And I'm gonna tell you what's interesting. I reason why I put the vibe hitting different because after that loss, this is what we started talking. That's what the vibe is like now. Who going, who coming? So the vibe hitting different because the Knicks they lost that game the other night. Now everybody think the organization going the other way. We about to fall off the cliff. So that's why I put the vibes hitting different. But what, Shaba, I look at it as here. We are the Knicks right now from a talent perspective to ladies and gentlemen, the chat and everybody. We know the team good enough. I mean, first of all, what's the expectation for the Knicks? Because I see it sounds like a lot of people want the Knicks to be contenders, but at the same time, they don't think we good enough. But maybe they want to develop what we have. So it's like a quagmire. Do we keep developing what we have, or we trade what we have, but we'll get another piece? And I think that's what we at as an organization, as a fan base, and an organization. That's what we at right now in Knick land. Do we trade some of our assets to go get a player to help us win? Because we can forget about the rebuild stuff. That shit is over. You know what I mean? Or do we keep developing what we have and hope they get to that level? And I think that's where the Knicks is at as a franchise right now. And if you look at the players that we have around us, the Quickleys of the world, the Grimes of the world, the RJs, everybody talking about, we got a lot of decisions to make in New York City, man. I think the biggest thing for me is probably going to be the Emmanuel Quickly thing. If you're talking about, to me, from a talent, economic, structural thing, why do I put IQ out there? And at one time, I thought they were going to be the first one they signed back. Him and Grimes. I said out of all these people who get signed for the Knicks every year, like the RJs and the Mitchell Robinson, I thought these two guys were going to be the next two to get signed by the Knicks was Quickly and Quentin Grimes. That's them as who they drafted. So being that with Quickly to sign that extension, it had me thinking like, okay, well, you know what, they're signing next year in the summer, whatever the case may be. But now I'm starting to look at the way the roster's built, Shaw Powers, and we got a lot of two guards and one guards, whatever, that do what he do in a sense, but it's not eligible for extension. You gave DiVincenzo $10 million. Do the Knicks say, well, you know what? I think Senzo could do what Mano Quickly could do. And the only reason I'm saying it's because of the money, not the talent. Not the talent. I'm doing it because of the money. Shinzo could do what Mano Quickly could do for half the money. He can impact it. Well, let's say he can impact his impact on the Knicks could be at the same level of Mano Quickly's for $10 million less. Does that make and Quentin Grimes only making $4 million when they exercise this option? I guess does that make Emmanuel quickly expendable if they have to trade him because they got two guys at that position who can fill the IQ void if they trade him? So he's one name that I'm interested to see what happens between now and February, just due to the fact he's eligible for extension. He didn't do the extension. And IQ is a good basketball player. I'm not even trying to go out there. Listen, the NBA gave him the respect of being the runner-up sixth man of the year. So that means the guy can play basketball. But what he does, can the Knicks survive without it because of Shinzo and Quentin Grimes and them guys, Shot Powers? He's one of the guys that's really interested to me about how this thing's going to look in the next couple of months, ladies and gentlemen, because it's just, or are they going to let him go into the season and then they're going to try to compete for him? Do you think the Knicks go out there and let quickly get the free agent market and they're going to compete to sign him? Or if not, you lose him for nothing? Or you say, you know what, because of the way we built, I can go ahead and trade him because we don't have to give him $100 million, and we got Shinzo, and we got Quentin Grimes who could play that same position that he played. In a sense, he's a more, he could play point guard more, but Shinzo could play make too. So what do you think? Do you think the Knicks let him go on and just play out the season and sign him, or you think he's possibly a trade target, him and Fournier or whoever?
All right, first I'm gonna come at it as a fan. And as a fan, Quickly is a good player, but looking at how he's played, he hasn't showed up in a couple of big games when we really needed him. All right. Now, as like a semi-GM, Quentin Grimes is probably looking to get somewhere north of $25 million. Is Quickly playing that good of basketball to offer him $25 million so far this year? I'm not sure. As a GM, is it more viable to trade Quentin Grimes and keep trade IQ and keep Quentin Grimes? As a GM, yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because we still have him under contract. He's under a cheap contract. We don't have to sign him for at least another year or so. And Quickly right now didn't sign the offer that they offered him, which was somewhere around $17 to $19 million. I believe it was somewhere in that range, in between $17 and $19 million. And Quickly is betting on himself this year that he can get north of $25 million. Can we afford it? So with that being the GM hat and the fan hat, I would love to keep Quickly, but is he worth $25 million or so? Because that's what he's going to be asking for. And if he goes out there, he can get somewhere close to 25. It'll probably be somewhere like 22 million and hit over 80, hit over 90% from your free throws, and we give you another $1 million, incentives. They're gonna offer him incentives to maybe make close to 25. I don't know if somebody's gonna offer IQ $25 million. I don't know if he's watching him. I don't know for a Knick would I offer him $25 million. I don't know. I think he's somewhere in that range of 17 to 19 million, and give him some incentives to make 21 million or something like that. If he wants to stay with the Knicks, that's, as a GM, that's what I would offer.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted. Quickly is a good basketball player, and anybody, I see this now, not only him, and every player, damn near every player in the NBA, when they are in a contract year, you're going to get a little selfish basketball from them guys, ladies and gentlemen, because they in a contract year. The way they make money is by putting up numbers. That's just before they can get the money. So I can see why IQ sometimes try to be the way he's trying to get money. He's trying to get money, and the only way you're gonna be you can't kind of showcase your talent if you don't got the ball to showcase it. So I get it. I get what people get at that, but I think Quickly is a team player, just like Julius Randle, just like RJ, just like anybody else. Once they're in that contract year, they want to show people I'm worth my money, and that's when they start kind of getting a little bit free flowing with the ball, being more of a me guy instead of a team guy. I get it though, because the more numbers, the better numbers you put up, the better your chances of getting your bag. And on top of that, your team is winning. So but I think quickly for me, I was like I said, I want the Knicks to sign him. I like Emmanuel Quickly. I like guys who come to work year after year, get better, got a good mentality on, they got a good head on their shoulder. They know their character is there. I'm about that. I'm about culture. Him and these guys are culture guys. You know what I mean? And they represent their team well. They be in the gym every day getting better. I'm about dudes like Quickly. That's why I like Emmanuel Quickly, because it's about growth and development. He's been growing since he's been here. I mean, one time all Quickly had was a 3-point shot and a little floater. Now he got more. He got more in his arsenal. The past season, he got better on the defense side of the ball. Now he done added more to his bag this year. So him like RJ, they developing every year. I ain't got no problem with Quickly. I think what happened, the tough part about it is the contract, because he didn't get the deal done. That's why I asked about the trade thing for him, because I think from a business standpoint, from a Knicks standpoint, me personally, and I'm a Quickly guy, you move him. Not because he's not a good ball player, because of the money. Just because of the money. And when you got Dante DiVincenzo and Quentin Grimes and these guys like LeBron, they can fill that void that Quickly left out there. So Quickly might become a 6'8" guy, 6'9" guy. Quickly's money that you give him could become somebody like Anunoby, or I'm not hypothetically, ladies and gentlemen, or anybody. So I think the Knicks probably bite on that money, shot power, because they might just say, I could take that 25 million and add that to go get somebody. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I see IQ might be heavily possibility of a trade idea, because they can save that money and go out there, put something with that 25 million, or sign Hartenstein to half of it, or whoever else might need to be signed. So so if you get Evan Fournier 18 off the books, 19, but you also not have to get Quickly 20 million next year. You just saved yourself $39 million. So I see why. And Quentin Grimes only on a $4 million deal. Shinzo on a $10 million. Shinzo and Grimes together is not going to even be making what IQ make. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be $14 million a year for two players who impact your team the way they impacting your team. And he'd be making almost double that, or not close to double. So I think that's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, I think at the trading deadline, his name going to ring a lot of buzz. And I really believe that. I just think that's because of the scenario where the Knicks is at and what they can get for him. That's why it's good.
That's the big thing about the trade for me. Mm-hmm. I'm not opposed of, if we have to let go of a guy, i.e. Quentin Grimes, i.e. IQ, with Fournier, or depending on who we getting back. I mean, I don't want to let them go for something that's going to be like a rental, because now we're going to be losing talent, and we're not going to have that person that we got for the rental at next year, or depending on who it is, and that's the big thing with me about trading. I know IQ wants over 25 million. It must be somewhere about that, because I believe the Knicks offered him at least the highest 19, the lowest 17, and more than probably closer to what Josh Hart got. What Josh Hart got, like 18, 19 or something like that?
I think Quickly won at least 20 million. I think he at least won 20 million. I don't think Quickly he ain't getting no 25, 27.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't see Quickly for $25 million.
I can see him getting 20, because his skill set is needed. You in a point guard in a shooting guard driven league. That's what people say. I still think the big man running this shit. Joker and LeBron and KD and all them, I think they still run it. But they say a small guy, a shooting guard, a point guard league, whatever. So his skill set is needed, Shot Powers. He can play basketball. He ain't about. So I can see him getting 20 million, because if you gave Josh Hart 18 million, these guys Quickly can go out there and score. We had a scoring lead. Josh Hart can't score the ball like Quickly can. Quickly can score the basketball. He got a good game, and just that. So I do think that he's valuable, but I don't see 25 though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it all makes a difference then. Because I think the lower you get, I think the more we can afford. But It all depends on who we're looking to get. You know, there was a big three-team trade that was out there, you know, that moved on from I think it was Quentin Grimes. I don't think it was, but in the same token, IQ, Evan Fournier, 2 first-round picks, and then we get I think it was OG. We get OG Anunoby. Let me look and see if I still got the trade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey,
So.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Frank. So I answer that question for you, Frank, in a minute. Give me one second. Shop outfit. I answer that for you.
Yeah. The Warriors receive Siakam, Isaiah Hartenstein. The Raptors receive Wiggins, Evan Fournier, Kuminga, Quentin Grimes, 2024 and 2028 first round pick, and the Knicks receive OG Anunoby, Gary Payton the third, and Moses Moody. So I mean, if you could easily substitute out there Quentin Grimes for IQ, you know what I mean? Would I make a trade like that? Yes. And I mean, we're picking up Moses Moody, Gary Payton, and we're picking up OG, and we're letting go. You know, we'll suffer. I mean, this is where the money and everything has to work out, and now we don't have Hartenstein, so that means that Sims has to be our anchor on the second team. And is he going to be as good as Hartenstein, or can he play as well as Hartenstein is playing this year for us? Because Hartenstein is playing some good basketball for us. So all these trades and all these mixes up and all this stuff, because we're not. This is the last year of. We're going to have to sign Hartenstein as well. We got to pay him next year if we want to try to keep him. And he's getting about $8-9 million this year. He's probably going to want 12 to 15 million next year. You know what I mean? Or if he can get it somewhere. You know, if he can get 12 to 15 somewhere, he might want to move on. And I think he likes the Knicks, and I think he would take 11 million. You know, a little bit under what Mitch is getting paid for next year. But you know, it's all in the cards of who we move and how we move people around.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I think Quickly also can go and decide to trade next year, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm quite sure they can work that out too. But I just think that the way this team is built, and Frank Monto, to ask your question, let me get the Frank Monto question real quick. Salute to everybody in the chat too, man. I've been shouting that out, so I appreciate it. I thought we all locked in, man, and all that good stuff. Some good talking here. Salute to everybody in the chat, though. Real talk. Frank Monto said, Divine, what is the one player we could trade to take this team, to take the team to the next level? It's Frank Monto. When you say next level, are you talking about championship level? Or are you just talking about another playoff level, another step further in the playoffs? Or are you literally talking about the next level, meaning like championship level? Just hit me up and let me know which one you do, and I answer your question for you. I can answer it anyway, either way. If you're talking about from a championship level, you pretty much gonna be looking at a star. You got to get a superstar. I mean, a superstar win championship. Check the resume. Joker last year for that. Who was KD? I don't know who it was, but I can't remember for that much time. But superstars win championships, man. And I haven't seen nobody win without a superstar since the Detroit Pistons back in the days. And other than that, you know, as much as Jimmy Butler good, he just need another dude to help him get there. You know, he keep getting there, but he falls short. Because one thing a superstar can do that a lot of people in the NBA can't do. They can perform at a high level any given day on it. Under pressure, period. You know, so I think Strike Monto, to get to that championship level, I think we got to go out there and get some of the creme de la creme player. I think any creme de la creme player with Jalen Brunson is pretty much right there. I think you're right there. With Jalen Brunson, a creme de la creme superstar, whether it's Randall or RJ, I don't care who the other two is after that. Don't even bother me. But if you got Brunson and a creme de la creme superstar, I think we could do something with the Knicks organization could do something, because you got to have a guy who can, no matter when the pressure's on, Shaw Powers, he gonna get it. You cannot stop me. I'm dominant. That's why I got the money I got. That's why I got the numbers I got. That's why I got the fandom I got, because I'm that dude. And that's what the Knicks got to get. They want to get to a championship level. They got to find somebody like that. You know what I mean? Because everywhere you look, they got people. Every team we play, I know people threw shots at Kenny Smith the other night when he talked about Knicks always got the second best player. He ain't lying sometimes. When we play in Boston right now, we got the second best player. Jason Tatum better than both of our players. When we play Philly, Embiid better than both of our players. When you play whoever, they play it better. So I get it. And that's why I said, for the answer to Frank Mondo's question, for you to win a championship in NBA, you got to have that dude. And he did. Luka damn near did it with Jalen Brunson, and that's what I mean. You had him and Luka got to the Western Conference Final. They damn near did it. But we gotta hope RJ and Randall, the way Randall play right now, South Powell, you never know. But I do think to answer Frank Mondo's question, we got to go out there and get a dude who can, because that's what the NBA is built on. This is a superstar-driven league. You win with big dogs, and that's how I go. So, Frank, I just think we got to go out there and find somebody on that big dog level who can help Jalen Brunson say, man, I ain't worried about me having off night. I'm going, they can't stop me. And so let's see who it is, man. You got the Embiids and everybody out there, man. It's Shaw Powell, but I think that's what we do. Me and my answer Frank, I think we got to go get it. We got to get one of them dudes, man. And because this is the way the NBA is built.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with, like, sometimes I go back and forth on this thing about getting the wing and moving RJ back to the 2. I mean, he's playing better defense than he is this year, and he's shooting a little better. He drives the basketball, and he's, like I said, he's playing better defense. But what threes are really out there, you know what I mean, that are really out there right now. And that three is that guy that's going to help us get over the hump. I don't see that many threes out there. OG, he's okay. He can play defense. He definitely can knock down a 3-point shot. The other night, I seen him knock down like 4 or 5 3-point. He took like 5 shots. He was knocking them down. You know what I mean? But is OG? You bring OG over here. Is he going to elevate the team to that playoff status or whatever you want to call it? Is he a star? Now, if you're looking to move a player, to help the team out, that's one of those stars, it would be someone. If we were getting off of RJ, I would look to see about a Brandon Ingram. He is a knockdown threat from the 3, the mid-range, and he knows how to close out games. He is that star-like level that can possibly move the team a little closer to where we want to be. But is he available? I don't know. So it all depends on, the trade. We need the players that we got right now. I'm ready to rock them out all the way to the end of the year. If we're getting like a mid player or a player that's not going to take, really help, what's the need of breaking up the continuity that we got right now? What's the means of breaking up the continuity? Yes, I would like to see another player here to help the Knicks out, but is it that player? Is OG going to come here and make the Knicks a better team and moving Grimes or IQ? I don't know. I mean, he is a different type of player, and he can play different positions. He definitely can play the small forward, and I think he can play some power forward positions. So it's something to think about and to make the team bigger. The defense will probably get a little better with OG out there. He does have long arms, and he likes sticking his hands in the cookie jar a lot. But is he going to take us to that next level? That's the big tobacco about training any of our guys right now. For someone, if we're not going for a quote unquote big fish, I might wait to the end of the season and see what I can get off then. I mean, there's still a move for Evan Fournier at any given time. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, hey, for me, it's plain and simple. Get a consistent ball player. Why are we mad at these certain players right now? Because they're not consistent.
Facts.
You got to get players who listen, every night I'm going to give you the business. We complain about Quentin Grimes. We complain about Quickly. We complain about RJ sometimes. I'm not saying go out and do this, but what I'm saying is if you want this team to be consistent, you got to get players who can do it on a consistent basis. Brunson and Randall do this shit on a consistent basis. You can start throwing RJ in there this year, But one thing about Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, every night they're going to give you some business.
About 20, yeah, about 20, yeah.
Every night they're going to give you some business. We got players who don't do that every night. So them the type of players is winning ball players because every night they come on the court, I'm going to give you my numbers. Randle and what you may think about Randle, every night Randle come out on that court, you can look for 20 and 10. And you probably get it. You see Brunson, when he come on that court, you're going to look for 25 and 5 or 6. And he's going to literally give it to you every night just about. So once we got to get guys another guy who could do that, and then we good to go. I just think we need another guy to help them dive on any given night. RJ is there, that every night we come on the court, I'm about to give you 20. I'm about to give you 10 rebounds. I'm about to give you 5 assists or 7 assists. Every night, though, not five games I do it, then the next 2 nights I ain't got it. No, every night. And I think that's why once the Knicks get that other player to help these 3 guys out, we'll be okay. And I harped on it earlier. Once and I say that they don't even got. I'm with Shy Power. You don't have to do anything. We just need Quentin Grimes to get his game going.
Fact.
You might not have to trade nobody. Once Quentin Grimes start popping, then I don't care. You ain't got to trade for nobody this year anyway. Because I think Quentin Grimes popping and RJ popping will get us deeper than we were last year. Because I think this team is that deep and they that talented. It's just that we going through a little peaks and valleys right now. But at the end of the year, I'm not worried about it. We'll get it popping. So I think the Knicks gonna be fine, ladies and gentlemen, trade wise. Other than the DeMar DeRozans of the world, people who are available maybe. Look like the Zach LaVine thing is not going to happen. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. I don't think that was going to happen anyway. The Anunobys of the world, the trade Shaw put up earlier, I have no problem with that trade. You know what I mean? Because I do think we got enough shorter guys at the 1 and the 2 to compensate for Quentin Grimes or quickly, whatever one. I'm not even picking one, whatever one, because we got enough guard play at that side. But Anunoby is a guy who we really need. I wouldn't mind having because of his size and what he can do. He can guard the LeBrons of the world. He can guard the KDs. He could guard these Mikal Bridges and all these guys. He can do that. So I'd rather have him than quickly or Grimes. I love Grimes, but Anunoby going to guard the LeBrons of the world and all these guys. Because it ain't too many Steph Currys out there, ladies and gentlemen. That's why they said this to me, this thing turning back into a big man league. Who won the MVP last year? In Embiid. Then it was a Joker. Before that was other big dude. Then obviously Steph Curry was in the mix. But it seems like now they're reverting back to big guys in the league and they can all get down. Giannis, prime example. Giannis, Joker, Embiid. These guys is winning these things, man. They winning these things. You know what I mean? So. That's why I sacrifice for Anunoby because I love his size. I think he'd be well at the 3 spot and move RJ back to the 2 shot powers. He might what he does, he gives you the defense tenacity because think about he'll play Giannis better than Randle will. Let me put it like that. Anunoby will play Giannis better than Randle. I think he to me a little taller than Randle. I don't know why, but he got the defense ability. Randle could play defense and even put the effort in, but this cat could play defense. You know what I'm saying? Shaw Powers is different than, not just putting in the effort, but he's a defender. So I like him. You know what I mean? But like you said, he won't get us no championship, but he might get us to that 3rd round with the stuff we have, because we won't be relying on him to score a point for us. Not like that when we got RJ Randle and Brunson. We not looking for Anunoby to come here and score 20 a game. We don't need that from him. We need him to be consistent, more consistent than Quentin Grimes and quickly. Maybe with the 15, 16 and good defense, good rebounding. I think that'll make us a better team because of his size alone. Because he do what they do anyway. He do it quickly and them do anyway. But he doing it with size and we got to listen. Giannis dropped that last night because Randle can't hold Giannis. You know what I mean? And Nick 100 be the one. He the main one said we need size. So if you got a guy like Quentin Grimes quickly sometimes who inconsistent, why what's hurting by getting a guy like Anunoby and with size who could do what they do? And even if he ain't consistent, he still got the size and could do what they do. So I don't have a problem with that, man. DeMar DeRozan neither. The contract is good. He gonna get you 20 every night. He ain't taking no nights off. He gonna get you 20. And once we get guys who can do that on the regular, Anunoby's not that guy, but I mean for consistent wise. I like DeMar DeRozan with the name that's out there now. It may change 2 weeks from now, Shop Howard, but I think for the name that's out there now, he might be that one that's got a closer chance of doing it, even though the Knicks haven't even had contact with the guys about him. But that don't mean it won't happen, though. You might, my man.
My bad. I'm not opposed to DeRozan either. If we can see him and get him, I'm not opposed to him, and he will push RJ back to the 2 as well. I think DeRozan like 6'8". He's a bigger guy. He knows how to score. His defense is not as good as it used to be, but I'm pretty sure, in rotations and stuff like that, he still know how to put his hands out, how to play defense. He knows how to move his feet, knock down mid-range game, almost a dependable shooter down the stretch. You know what I mean? He doesn't shoot too many 3-point shots, not a big number on 3-point shots. Not like he can't shoot them, but his average is not that doesn't fare that well when he shoots the 3-point shot. But as a knockdown shooter, back you down and draw a double team and can pass the basketball, yeah, he could do that. Mm-hmm. Can he rebound the basketball? Yeah, he can do that too.
Playmaker too.
Yeah. So I'm not. I don't want to give up the farm. We got I think 4 first-round picks and 4 other picks. A whole bunch of second-round picks. But if something could be worked out where we can still fare well and still have some draft picks, at least some draft picks in like 2027, 2028, when all these guys come off of these contracts and stuff like that, and they're going to be looking for the bag, the Randalls and the Jalen Brunsons and the RJs. We can hold on to our draft picks later in the season, get rid of some of these ones that we're not going to use no time soon. These ones in the 23, 24, 25, we're probably not going to use too many of those right now. So, we can get rid of some of those with some of those protected picks and bring somebody in here, OG, Bogdan, someone to help us, be more consecutive. I'm down.
I say Lauri Markkinen. Hey, I like
Lauri Markkinen. I like him a lot.
I don't have a problem with Harrison Barnes to die for because he got that experience and he'll play. But I don't have a problem. I like Harrison Barnes, man. I'm an all-Carolina Tar Heel dude anyway. So, but I think his experience, man, playing with the Warriors, playing out there with Mike Brown and the way him and De'Aaron Fox, all them boys balling out there. He'd be a good small forward to let RJ slide back to the 2. But so there's a lot of guys out there that I think that can really pay dividends for the Knicks. But here's the thing that I'm at. Listen, let me tell you something. Knicks got 4 draft picks this year, 4 first round.
Yep.
You gathered that talent. I don't care if the Knicks trade everything they got to keep their own picks. Think about how good a situation it is. They can trade all of that picks and keep their own. They can keep their 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 first rounders. Because remember, they can keep pushing them back. So right now, the Knicks got to go for why Jalen Brunson window was here. If they're gonna go for the thing, go for it now. That way, in the next 3 years, 2 or 3 years, you're like, okay, you know what? If it don't work out, I still got my 4 picks. I can clear cap space and I can retool this thing if I need to. But I think they're in a good spot, man. But like this year, they go to get rid of them. You ain't going. What they gonna sit there and collect dust? That's what you acquired them for a reason. You ain't drafting nobody in the next couple of years. Not with Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and they ain't drafting nobody. So I think Fournier, them draft pick, they just gonna wait because this you gotta think about it. You ain't letting Fournier walk for nothing either. You know what I mean? You gotta trade him. So you can't let Fournier walk for nothing. I mean, you did it with Derrick Rose. I get it, but man, you got a chance to move that man if you can. I don't care if it's for some more picks. You ain't got to be another player. Moving for some picks to clear the aspiring deal along with him. So next year you don't have that money, or you got the money at the books and you got the picks. So either way it goes, the Knicks good, but they got the asset. I ain't worried about the Knicks. They got the asset shop out. They got assets to go out there and make a deal. I don't care who out there, whether you want them or not. The Knicks got the infrastructure to get them. That's what I'm trying to say. Whether it's involved with one of our big pieces. No matter who out there in the NBA could become available, the Knicks do have the assets to get them. And whether they want to come here or they want them or not, that's a different story. But Knicks is in a situation to get anybody they want from the assets that they have and the way they constructed this thing. And then, so I like Leandro's patience. Everybody getting mad because the man shot power didn't win. Yes, the guy just got here 3 years ago. Came here with a 21-win team, and now look where we at. And, so it takes time. And it's only been 3 years. This is the 4th year right here. So if that man if the Tibbs get these boys to the Eastern Conference Finals, then what we gonna say? What I'm saying? What we gonna say then? If my man Tom Thibodeau get the New York Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, I don't want to hear another Tom Thibodeau problem again. Because he took a bum team, a bum roster when he first got here. Not they bums, but let me use the wrong word. He took a mediocre roster and put them boys in the playoffs. 2 years later, he got them to the second round and about to be on the cusp of this year, maybe going to the third. And what more? And before that, we haven't been to the playoffs since 2013. Had terrible coaches all over the place. This man come here in 3 years and got us to 4 years and got us to 3 playoff appearances. What else you need to say, man? We in good shape, man. We in a good situation. Hey, Trent Mato, you said need to find that star we are trading for to get. Yeah, I agree with you, Frank. I'm with you on that, man, because we got enough young talent. We need that next dude. That's all. It's plain and simple. We need that. That's the way it's gonna go down. And you'll see who win the championship this year. Y'all let me know when y'all see who win the championship this year. I don't care what that, but they got a superstar. I'll tell you that much. So let's Miami find a way to pull this thing out between KD, LeBron, Steph Curry, the Joker, whoever them cats are gonna be. They're gonna be up. They're gonna have something to say about this thing. Zion and all these talented, gifted players. They're no one gonna be fighting for that championship. You best believe that. Jason Tatum and them, Jaylen Brown, then the cats gonna be fighting for them rings, man. So let's hope that we go out there and get another guy. I like the 2 we got, man. I think we can make it happen, but I'm damn sure I would love to see somebody else come in here and do what we do because it's out that time. And hey, Frank Matos, I'm with you on that, man. I would wish Miami would go the other way. You put Jimmy Butler in New York, we'll get there. No, his mentality would get us there with the dudes we got. Frank Matos, I was hoping Miami went the other way, blew that thing up. I'm like, yeah, go get Jimmy Butler. He fits what we do here. Tibbs coached him for 6 years. He got that Jimmy Butler be crazy on the Knicks with Jalen Brunson, RJ, Jimmy Butler, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. Let's do it. Because Quentin Grimes is not no Jimmy Butler. Let me put that out there right now. Let's do it, Frank Mato. I would love to see that, man. I thought that would have came to fruition. We'd have had something going on. That's the type of player we need right there, man. For real. And I think we'll get there sooner or later, shot power. I think we'll get that guy. It's going to take time. It might be, if it ain't this year, it'll be next year. If it ain't the trading deadline, somebody going to be on the Knicks uniform before next season start. That's a high echelon player. I believe that.
I mean, that's all we really need. I mean, I'm not even going to say that we really need that right now. The main focus right now is for us to develop Quentin Grimes. If Quentin Grimes could get out there and elevate his game from him shooting 11 points last year and get him up to the high teen numbers, the 17s, the 19s, we got a defensive guy that can score the basketball, opens up the court for everybody. That's why the court is so congested sometimes when RJ goes to the drive-in, when Randall goes to the drive-in, because Quentin Grimes, man, is another man that cheats. I mean, Quentin Grimes, man, and Mitchell Robinson, man, sometimes cheat on the defense because they're not threats. Quentin Grimes have to become a threat. Someone at least they go put up the shot and have a decent average at the 3-point. If I'm not mistaken, right now he is shooting under 36% from 3-point land this year. I mean, and his field goal percentage is, I believe, under 40%. So that's what he has to do. He has to big his game up because without him elevating his game, there's going to be more and more verbal assault on him on X and Instagram and all the rest of the stuff about him, being a starter on the New York Knicks. He has to step his game up. And I think the team is going to help him do that. But what he has to do is, like I said earlier, is do the things that you were training to do with JJ Redick. I ain't seen you do that up fake and dot to the side and shoot that jump shot, because I know if you get the ball and you look like you open and you up fake, the defender is flying in the air because they know you can shoot the basketball. Make it way easier for you to get to that step over and try to take that shot. He has to implement what he has learned from J.J. Redick. If he doesn't do that this year, then I don't want to say he's a lost cause, but I had high hopes for him this year, and I still have hope for him to elevate his basketball game. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping for him to get to those numbers that I was talking about, those 14s, the 17s. We can get to those numbers. You know, that changed the whole outlook of the trade deadline.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. He'll get a pop. Nick's gonna be in this thing. I'm not worried about the New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Not, trust me. Like this team is built pretty good. We have peaks and valleys. We go through things. You lose games. You don't win them all. And like I said, just because you lose a game don't mean you ain't gonna be where you're supposed to be. Tell Boston that. Tell all these teams that because we lost the game don't mean we ain't gonna be at the end of the season. We ain't gonna be up in this piece about to try to go for a ring. Knicks on that same thing. They ain't no different. That because they'll be there. They'll be there. This team is good, man. So I ain't sweating it. Like I said, the Bucks lost tonight to the Pacers. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean? Like I said, we ain't expecting them to go undefeated, but I do expect them at the end of the year to be a 50-win team, and I expect them to be going to fight to get in the third round. That ain't changing for me. And from what I see, give me a healthy Julius Randle last year in the playoffs. Give me a healthy IQ after he got injured, and maybe Quentin Grimes and another couple dudes just would have had a couple of decent games. Just to give me that. We would have been playing Boston last year, and I guarantee you that. So I say all that to say, let these boys go into the playoffs with more experience to get a little healthy. I like this team, man. They solid. When the Knicks playing good basketball, they hard to beat. And I just think that this is a big month for us, Shot Powers. It's a big month, 20 games. The next 20 games going to determine a lot of stuff. But best believe the Knicks going to be in this thing. Watch the next night when we get the Knicks and Boston. We're going to get off in a few minutes because we got to get a popping tomorrow on a pregame. But I'm confident these boys, man. The first 20 games, 12-8, I take that. I'm not worried about it. I'm happy. I'm good. You know what I mean? I just know that once our boys get locked in, it took Shindo a while to get locked in, took Josh Hart a while to get locked in. Once Quentin Grimes get locked in, Josh Hart get locked in, Shindo started to look like he get locked in. Once RJ get back off that, the migraine and full effect, we'll be a pretty good team. So we'll see. But I think no matter what happens at the trading deadline, I think something's gonna go. I don't know if it be a big or small. I can't see Fournier going past the trading deadline.
I can't either. I think he's gone. Mm-hmm. I think we make a small trade to get someone in here, and we may see more of the ambiance of Toppin. What's his first name? Jalen, not Jalen. Jacob Toppin. Damn, I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Mm-hmm. Jacob Toppin a little bit more implemented into the system. We were seeing him sitting on the bench a whole lot, and it wasn't just for we talked about it. He can. I think he can really help us. I mean, he looks like he's a slasher. Him being in that second unit could more than likely help us out a little bit. He's long and lingy too, so that's some stuff in our farm system. They got some good guys down there in Westchester, man. I've been watching some of their games more recently now. They got a couple of guys down there. I can't remember the African dude name. He can shoot a couple of jump shots, and Brown is playing some. Even your boy Roby, man, he looked good with his new wave afro out there the other night. He was looking pretty good the other night too. So, I mean, I think the trade. I mean, we got trades. Like I said, we could trade all of these early picks right now. We don't need these picks. The picks we need are 27, 28, the first round picks. Like you said, if that around that time is when all those other contracts come out, if they ain't where they need to be, then we can disavow that contract and start all over from scratch with some fresh round picks in 2027, 2028.
Yeah. Just to piggyback on what they're saying, to die for. I get you where you're going with that. I don't think that's so much of a Tiz problem though. To die for. I think McBride, it just ain't enough minutes. It's not enough minutes. You got Jalen Brunson taking up 30-something minutes. IQ taking up so many minutes. You got Quentin Grimes and DiVincenzo taking up the rest of the minutes. He in a tough situation because it just ain't enough minutes. And that's why the quickly thing that Knicks could say, you know what? See, that's another thing I'm not worried about. If they did move quickly, then McBride get it back a point guard. That's just that simple. But
that's just that simple. That is just that simple.
Tibbs ain't studied tough. Tiggs love that dude. I mean, it's just that because of the amount of minutes on that team, he just stuck in the wrong place. But you know what? If you move quickly or whoever, I think if you move quickly, then he becomes a backup point guard. I think that's what's going to happen. That's why I'm not too worried about. That's why I can see how this quickly thing could play out. Not because we don't want him, because I want him here, but I think because of the money, you got the defense from Deuce McBride can give you the defense that quickly can give you. Shinzo can give you the offense, and they can get it that quickly can give you. So the money, it just makes sense, not because of Quickly's a bad dude, ladies and gentlemen. It's because you could put Shinzo contract, Grimes contract, and McBride's contract together and still don't equal what Quickly's going to get next year. Them three players only make $16 million between all three of them. He asked for 20. That's the only reason that you might have to move him. That's it.
Right.
That's it. That's the only thing. That's it. Because
mathematics, they're divine.
Right. And we got players who could do what he could do at that position. That's it. So I think once that happens, Sean Powell, you might see McBride. If that happened. You know, you got it because he can't play now with Quickly getting minutes. My man getting minutes. They need the minutes, you know. And I think the Knicks is winning with what he has. So I think McBride will get his chance, man. I think he'll get his chance. He just gotta, because I think he's really shown improvement to me this year. Shaw Powers. I seen McBride this year finally do all the things that I was hoping Frank McKayla would do. Start driving the ball down the lane. McBride started going down the lane, hitting the mid-range. At one time, McBride just was throwing up threes like Frank. But this year, he stepped his game up and he started getting in the lane, taking a little mid-range jumper. McBride was knocking that shit down. I'm like, okay, here he come. So let's hope, you know, so I think he'll be here. Let's see, man. A lot of decisions Nick's got to make, man, coming up in the next couple of weeks, in the next about a month, actually. And I do think some decisions are going to be made, Chop. I think they're going for something. If I didn't think the Knicks were trying to get out of the second round, I would say, okay, you know what? Let's wait to get the superstar. The Tom Thibodeau know that there's one thing that's eluding him in his whole career is a championship ring. That's what's eluding. And he want that. Randall want that. What's eluding Randall in his whole career? A ring. These cats want that, man. So I think they're gonna go out there and get some of these cats out here. Because like I said, this team is good, but I know that's the one we want, but we can't get him though. I don't think Brooklyn gonna make him a franchise player.
Yeah, I seen him play the other night too. I was watching the Brooklyn game. He is. I wish that would be something like I said, Brandon Ingram. But I don't even say his name because I don't think we were able to give him. But we can get McHale here, man. That would change the whole look. I mean, he does things that we need. He plays stellar defense. He rebounds the basketball, and he can shoot the rock. And he can assist the basketball as well. You know what I mean?
And if they say we can't get him, let's put like this here. We probably can get him as a free agent.
Yeah, in about 2 years.
Yeah. But man, he would be the missing piece. That's not a superstar. That'll really catapult this team. Oh my God, that Jalen Brunson, R.J. Barrett, Mikal Bridges, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson. We fucking with he's got a problem. They got a problem, bro. Real talk. If you get Mikal Bridges out here without giving up the big three we got now, the East got a problem. For real. Because you got gritty defender like that dude. That dude can defend. Oh man, he's that dude. So he Villanova dude. You know how they do. So yeah, that would be interesting, man. But we'll see how it goes, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back on the next day, man. Y'all look for the notification. We'll be here with the pregame, man. Knicks up in Boston. See if we can go ahead and get back on some winning way to win a game, get to 13-8, man. I would love to try to get out there and go beat these guys, man. And just show and prove that, we are who we say we are. That's all I'm gonna see. We are who we say we are. Yeah, man. Frank Montos, for Mikal Bridges, I'll give him 5 picks. I would give you Danny what you was giving Donovan Mitchell for him. Because I know he's gonna impact this team the way Donovan Mitchell would have. Make no mistake about it. Man, listen, I get him 4 picks, and I get him a couple of at least 2 unprotected. If you're going to sign him, which I think they will, because he gonna be in that Jalen Brunson window, and Julius Randle window, and RJ window. These cats got about 3 or 4 years left on their deal. So the next 3 or 4 years, Knicks gonna have to go for it because they got everybody locked up 4 years. Jalen Brunson locked up for 4 years. RJ locked up for 4 years. Randall locked up for 4 years. Mitch Robinson might be going down to 2 pretty soon or something like that. But in other words, their whole team is locked up for 4 years. Their main guys is locked up for 4 years. So you throw Mikal Bridges in there, whoever you need to get in there, and you run with this thing for 4 years. And if you feel like we don't win that chip by then you start breaking it off and grading your assets back, and you're gonna be having cap money again to do it all over again because all the contracts will be expired. So go for it. Shit. That's why I say go get somebody. We ain't won a championship in 50 years, man. What the fuck? Go out, yo. Brothers like me, the OGs of the world, want to see a Knicks we want to see a championship in New York. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We want to see one, man. I
want to see where I can still go down the floor and still yell and scream and jump up and down and act like a fool. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I don't want to be walking down there and be like, oh, my little cane. I don't know what it's going to be in another 10 years or whatever.
It'll be the for real we outside.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean?
For real we outside. It would be, man. But listen, man, we're going to get off here. Chop out. We get here tomorrow, man, at the pregame, man, Knicks in Boston. And we chop it up again.
You're ready.
Man, yes, sir, man. Give me your last words, my man, before we get up out of here.
Hey, we out of here. So check us out tomorrow. Before you get out of here, like and subscribe. Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Salute to everybody, man. We'll be on tomorrow, same time, same channel, man. Pregame. Knicks balls at 7:30, 6:15 pregame. Y'all look for the notification and hit that button, man, and all that good stuff, man. And we get back at
don't bullshit nothing.
First, out front, hit the button. Yeah, listen, Knicks all right. They be okay. Don't jump off the bridge yet. And if Tom Toby be listening, get my man Jacob Topper in there, man. Come on now. It was shy.
Let's do it, right? Yeah, already. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Oh, my brother. Peace.
Peace.
Premiere.
Knicks fans, yo, we coming hard.
It's game day time, shine divine. We outside, about to slide up in the garden. Somebody getting posted to ride. It's Knicks real talk. Remember, we in the city that's litty. We keeping the $1.50 like New York City, gritty committing. It's a pregame show. You already know, hot like a Brunson burner. We about to turn it up a notch because we scorching hot. On the channel, we go hard like a Namo. For example, on the panel, we handle every tangible from Knicks stats to Julius Randle. We outside a Knicks fan, talking shit fan, because that Knicks brand standing on Vince Knight, they fuse to right. I'm about to hit up Cerritos, mouth water and 4, nice slice. Get a smart board on ice, and better order with my smart device. The hips are smart and white. In the city, they name it twice. We get a pumping in the apple rotten. Got the whole metropolitan on the apple rotten. This real talk, we streaming on YouTube.com. We're true doing good moves. We spot on, dropping bomb. From the cockpit, we got a spot to sit, drop in the hot shit. The content that we have been is up in your head. And I said, you know it's us instead up in the garden. Knicks about to get their bag. We're gonna flag a cab and fly back to the triad, no jet lag.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here. Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing with my peoples right here.